Hey guys, what's going on? Just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the main event for UFC Vegas 32. It was Cory Sandhagen versus TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw is his return fight from a long layoff that he had. I think he was suspended for 2 years because of PEDs, uh, performance enhancement drugs, and he was penalized, and he was away for a while, and he was the champion back then, the 135 champion for that division, and yeah, this was his return fight, and fighting Cory Sandhagen, who is a very good and talented fighter coming up the ranks, and he was on a nice winning streak, and it was a great fight, very action-packed fight, very competitive. These two weren't playing around; they went at each other, and it was the full of grit, full of good moments. One of those fights that could be considered an instant classic. I gotta say, TJ Dillashaw looked good. I really didn't see any ring rust from him. He really looked good, and you know, um, if anything, he didn't have that same movement that he used to have. It could be because I think his knee was damaged at some point early in the fight, and that movement wasn't there. That said, I thought Cory Sanhagen uh, did very well. At the end of the day, they made the decision. It went to a decision. It was a 5 rounder fight, and it was a split decision. And TJ Dillashaw got the win. He won. In my eyes, I had it for Cory Sandhagen. I thought that Cory Sandhagen um, did a brilliant job of avoiding takedowns. Um, his footwork was amazing. I think he stayed elusive, avoided getting tagged, avoiding damage very well. Um, he was every round that I saw him landing significant shots on TJ Dillashaw, and to the point that TJ Dillashaw was really busted up. His eyebrow was busted open. Um, there was a point that a moment in the fight where Herb Dean, the referee, stopped it so he could have a doctor uh, take a look at that cut, and they decided that he could still go on. Side note, let me mention that Herb Dean has the worst sometimes timing. He has a tendency to stop fights and take momentum from fighters. You know, he took a momentum from Sanhagen because at the moment he stopped that fight, Sanhagen was doing very well, and I do believe he was very close to um, putting TJ Dillashaw away. I'm not exaggerating. That's what I saw. My feelings were that, and because at that moment in time, TJ Dillashaw had just gotten caught. Um, he was impairing the fight, and but it's a really interesting thing because Herb Dean stops the fight at that moment, so he could have a doctor take a look at him. But at the same time, he's taking away from that momentum that Cory Sanhagen is having at that moment. He's having a momentum at that moment, and he's maybe about to put that fighter, his opponent, away. And Herb Dean took that away from him, and I've seen Herb Dean do that before, and especially in main events. It's incredible. Um, I thought that in every round, Sanhagen was landing his shots. He was doing very well, landing body shots. If anything, the mistakes he made were that he was trying at times those spinning kicks, and the spinning kicks just weren't working for him. He was doing this slow motion spinning kicks, and TJ Dillashaw, was fast enough to avoid those and take his back. Uh, Dillashaw was doing good in that sense, taking Sandhagen's back and threatening with a takedown, but Sandhagen just wouldn't go down. They would go against the fence, and TJ Dillashaw would stick to his back, try to bring him down. Sandhagen did very well in staying on his feet and turning it around. But there was repetition. That this kept happening. This kept happening, and maybe that's what the judges kept seeing. How Dillashaw was pressuring, and he kept grabbing. He kept taking Sandhagen's back, not that effectively, but he kept doing it. At the same time, how do you score that? Because Sandhagen is also avoiding damage, and he's getting away from that control. So what do you count more? That fact that he keeps getting put in that moment, or the fact that he keeps escaping it? It's a fine balance there. It's a fine line, and I'm not sure how judges um, see these things. That said, also I think that Cory Sandhagen uh, did very well. His gas tank was good. He did receive a lot of leg kicks, but it wasn't something that was hampering his performance. He was landing every round. He was landing these beautiful, shots to TJ Dillashaw's jaw and his face, and kept blooding him up. He landed a lot of body kicks. There were some spinning shots that did land. There were moments when TJ Dillashaw buckled on his feet, and you wouldn't know it because it, those moments were so quick, and the commentators um, kept talking and missing this little moments. It happens all the time in UFC's commentary with commentators. Um, I thought I had it for Sandhagen. I thought he won. He looked very fresh at the end of the fight. No damage, nothing significant. Yeah, but maybe I don't know. The good thing, I'll point out the good things that TJ Dillashaw was. He kept that pressure. Um, he did land a lot of leg kicks, but he failed to bring Sandhagen down. He failed to actually inflict any damage on Sandhagen. So that's why I gave it to Sandhagen. So I thought, in my opinion, that was the wrong decision. The wrong man won on this night. It's happened before. What are you gonna do? That's the final decision that judges take, and it's gonna be interesting to see what TJ Dillashaw does next. Um, that division is very competitive. I don't think he deserves a title shot at all. Not at this point. I think he needs to work for it. At least one more fight. See what he's got. See what he brings. For somebody that was laid off for a while, inactive from actually competing, he actually looked pretty good. He's got one hell of a chin. He took amazing shots that Sandhagen has put other opponents down with. Um, and if you just go by visuals, I mean, TJ Dillashaw was busted up. He really got his ass kicked in that fight. He really did. Sandhagen did not get his ass kicked. So, but what are you gonna do? Nonetheless, it was a great fight, amazing fight, very action packed, lived up to the billing. Main event went 5 rounds. For a moment there, I forgot that it was going for that it was gonna be a 5 rounder. Um, it's gonna be very interesting, but hopefully Sandhagen bounces back good with a couple of more wins, and he's back in that title picture because I thought he was next for it. The way he put out Frankie Edgar back a few months ago was amazing. So it's gonna be good. It was a great main event, great fight of the night in my opinion. Um, and let's see what happens with this too, with TJ Dillashaw, and what UFC puts him to do next. Thanks, guys, for listening to me. Those are my opinions. Those are my views. Give me some comments and likes and dislikes, and please keep watching and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.